This is Go Math Lesson 8.9, Expressions and Equations 6.EE.8. It's on writing inequalities. The essential question is, how do you write an inequality to represent a situation? Connect. You can use what you know about writing equations to help you write inequalities. So here's a real world problem. The highest temperature ever recorded at the South Pole was 8 degrees Fahrenheit. Write an inequality to show that the temperature T in degrees Fahrenheit at the South Pole is less than or equal to 8 degrees Fahrenheit. So it says underline the words that tell you which inequality symbol to use. So right here it says is less than or equal to. So we're going to underline that. And then will you use an equal sign in your inequality and explain? So equations have equal signs, but not inequalities. So we're going to say no. Equations, not inequalities. Include equal signs. So it says write an inequality for the situation. Think the temperature T is less than or equal to. So we're going to put is less than or equal to 8 degrees Fahrenheit is our 8. So an inequality that describes the temperature T in degrees Fahrenheit at the South Pole is the temperature T is less than or equal to 8. Try this. The directors of an animal shelter need to raise more than $50,000 during a fundraiser. Write an inequality that represents the amount of money M in dollars that the directors need to raise. Think the amount of money is M is more than $50,000. So an inequality that describes the amount of money M in dollars is M is greater than 50,000. Example 1. Write an inequality for the word sentence. Tell what type of numbers the variable in the inequality can represent. So A, the weight is less than 3.5 pounds. Let W represent the unknown weight in pounds. So my weight is going to be W is less than, I'm going to use my is less than sign, 3.5. Where W, the weight, is a positive number. So the weight has to be positive because you can't have negative pounds. Okay, problem B, example B. There must be at least 65 police officers on duty. Think, let P represent the number of police officers. The phrase at least is equivalent to is greater than or equal to. So the number of police officers is going to be P is greater than or equal to 65. Where P is a whole number. You can't have a part of a police officer. It has to be a whole number. Okay, example 2. Write 2-word sentences for the inequality. So we could use N is less than or equal to 3/10, or N is no more than 3/10. A is greater than -4. So I can use is greater, or A is more than -4. Think smarter. Which inequality symbol would you use to show that the number of people attending a party will be at most 14? So if it's going to be at most, it has to be less than or equal to 14 because you can't have over 14 people at the party. So you're going to use at most means the greatest number of people, so it can only be 14, so it has to be less than or equal to 14. Okay, we're going to do a few more together. Write an inequality for the word sentence. Tell what type of numbers the variable in the inequality can represent. The elevation E is greater than or equal to 15 meters. So the elevation E is greater than or equal to 15. And then my meters has to be, so my elevation E can be any number. I would say even as any positive number, but it says any number. Question 2. A passenger's age must be more than 4 years. So A is greater than 4. And 4 has to be a positive number. I mean, A has to be a positive number, where A is a positive number. Because you can't be below, you can't be negative age. Okay, next one. Write a word sentence for the inequality. So we could say B is less than half. That would work. Okay, for this one, there's a couple of different things you could write. M is greater than or equal to 55, or M is at least 55. Okay, if you have any questions, you can leave me a question on Google Classroom. Thank you.